My name's Chris.
And I'm Kristie.
And this is the Washing Up Podcast. And this is one of our little special mini episodes. We did say we'd be back before the next episode.
Yes, we told you we're going to be like a rash popping up everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. We're really hard to get rid of. Although we did also say we can be cured with topical creams. So,
or curd.
Or curd. Always with curd. Anyway, why the hell are we back? Well, there's only one real reason.
It's Jess.
Hey, Jess.
Hey!
How are you going?
I'm great. How are you guys?
We're pretty good.
Tops.
We're pretty good. So it's been an eventful week.
Yes, indeed.
It's been an eventful week, but look, a good week. I mean, it's kind of an experience that I think a hell of a lot of people would want to have. So what's it like to find out you're in for a start?
It's just crazy because it's hard. It was filmed so, like, it feels like ages ago, you know? So, and you're like,
like last year almost, yeah.
Yeah. And then you're like, oh my gosh, what did happen? And then it's like you get to relive it all over again. And it's almost like you're watching it for the first time. You're like, oh, that happened too. I forgot about that.
And the re-edits, is it going to be different?
I hope so. Oh, yes, we can totally cut some of that out and retake it. That would be so good.
I think I made it to second week. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah. No one ever wants to be the first one out, really, do they?
No, you just want them. You want them to add in like this fake baker that never existed in the editing process, and that was week one.
That would be so good, because then who cares if you're out on the second one, because you're not the last. You're not the first one. You're not the worst.
Week one can be piping week. Just piping practice, and they just sort of intercut the rest of you sort of with footage they've got from other weeks, and then just have one person that's like a production assistant doing some bad piping. They're out first.
And then they kept on to do the washing up. Not us,
actual washing up.
But no, seriously, like, an amazing experience. And so I got so much out of the opportunity to go anyway. So definitely not a waste of time. And when you find out, you seriously do have to pinch yourself. It's still crazy to think that I was given that opportunity, that I could even been considered to be on the program. So, yeah, it's definitely pretty cool, I guess.
So did you do anything specific to prepare to go on the show, or just, went, I've got all the fucking natural talent, bitches? What?
1980s sports training montage?
Well, I did a lot of running around, get my stomach ready so I could stand up on my feet, because normally I just sit on my ass all day.
Watched a lot of Rocky.
Yeah, boom. Gym, work the muscles in the arms, good for whisking. But there was a lot of midnight bakes, because I don't do things by halves, that's for sure. And if I'm all in, I'm all in. So a lot of crazy midnight bakes. I guess people feel like they can prepare and do as much as they want before they go away, and then other people decide, you know what, I'm just going to go to the pub and have a few drinks, and then I'll rock up tomorrow and we'll be sweet. And they are sweet.
That's an attitude to have. I mean, I'm just going to walk in and I'm just going to wing it.
I haven't really cooked the cakes. I've been eating them.
Pretty much.
I'm working on flavour profile, and the best way to work on flavour profile is to eat a lot of them.
Yes, that's it. Oh, gosh, so much cake, so much food, the best. That was one of my favourite things too, was just once they hit cut, I was running through, down and around trying everyone's food. And then I have this thing that people just look at me and be like, where did you get that from? I'm like, I got it from over there. They're like, did you even leave your bench? Like, I am the expert pro at getting food from everyone else and then just have it. If anyone wanted to try anything, I'm like, what do you want? I'll get it for you.
Maybe the cake ninja.
I totally am. Cake ninja, yes.
Maybe what actually happened, I've got this new theory now. Oh. Maybe what actually happened is that you possibly would have stayed in, but there was no other cake on anyone's bench left. And so Matt
should have eaten it all.
Matt and Maggie had to guess. So it's like when you have to give an estimate to someone who didn't do a test, and they're just like, estimate.
I think it was a bit like this, yeah. No, I was definitely expert at obtaining samples of cake and all kinds of food. And then I get in trouble. It's like, stop eating the cake. We need to take photos of that. Like, it's on the other side. It's a slice. I'm making it nice and clean.
My question is, did Mel Buttle go you for it? She's like, that's my job, bitch.
No, I would never fight her for cake. She can just take it.
Mexican standoff, just one piece of cake and you two like staring over the top of it. Only one of us will survive.
Oh, I think I'd just let her have it.
She's pro at this.
I'm not a fighter.
No, and Mel, she will take an arm. Because we saw with with Robert's cake, they will take an arm, literally take an arm and a neck.
Yeah, I would not mess with her. Hey,
maybe it'd be more like a Jedi kind of like master and apprentice situation.
You well,
smiling there.
I look forward to over the rest of the series, just appearing in backgrounds of shots, like
taking cakes,
stealing people's cakes and running off.
You know what? She's like Trent. She's like, you won't have left the shed. You're hiding behind the bunting, disguising yourself, just stealing cake. They're like, where'd the cake go? I don't know.
That is the sad bit when you realise that you don't get free cake anymore and no more free food. And that is, but on a serious note, one of the reasons why I loved being there is that you all share this same passion and almost crazy obsession with baking, and when you all get together, all you do is talk about food and just flavors, and it's awesome to try other people's food and get feedback. You make them food and you kind of get over people going, oh my god, this is amazing. You're like, no, it's not, it's crap, but okay. I know it's crap, stop lying. And it's nice to have honest feedback because, family are just like, oh, this cake is so good. And you're like, oh, can you taste the cardamom? Nope. Of course you can't.
What are you putting cardboard in your cake for?
Yeah.
The cardi thingamy-bob tastes wonderful.
Yeah, you're like, and I did this to the cake. Or the other day I made cinnamon scrolls and I'm like, oh, I've got this trick and I, let it overprove. They're like, they taste great. I'm like, can you taste this? And they're like, no. I'm like, I can't have this conversation with you.
Scrolls, by the way, and was insanely jealous the second. They were,
I have perfected a few recipes and cinnamon scrolls. They're
a
good.
life skill that is required, I believe.
Absolutely. If you're not scrolling, what are you doing with your life?
If you're not scrolling,
you have to be able to.
Slogan.
Yes.
Scroll.
Something I'm really happy to hear is that you weren't left scarred and that you're still baking.
When I finished up, I was actually baking that night. I was up. Well, it may have been drunk baking, but it still counts. But you have to be so careful when you drunk bake because I actually burnt my leg on the oven over the weekend.
Did you rather than go for a teapot, did you make like a whiskey bottle?
No, because you drink that. You don't waste it.
For drunk baking, what you should have done is just made a replica whiskey bottle out of cake.
I probably would have poured the batter in the bloody bottle and just put the old bottle in the oven and hope for the best.
Fucking stay!
It's called a smash cake, guys. Just smash that bottle.
That's an idea. Bottle cake.
But how do you get it out without shattering glass into it? No, I've got it.
Got it. You do like that sort of toffee outside.
Oh.
So you do it at toffee outside, cake
actually
inside.
Yes, that would be cool.
Do it. There you go. I've given you an idea. Run with it. It's yours.
I'll negotiate with drunk Jess when she decides to, because sober Jess,
I love the idea of drunk Jess and sober Jess negotiating with each other. That could be fun.
Drunk Jess needs a stern word from sober Jess, otherwise they get each other in so much trouble.
So you were talking before about the environment and just having all these people around you. I mean, it looks like, much like last season as well, it looks like this season, there's another really good group of people in there.
Yeah, definitely. It's one of those shows that you just that would have been why I applied as well, because it's just a really nice program to be on, and everyone is there for a genuine reason because we all just love to bake. We're not there to get anything out of it other than just the experience, really, and to learn, and no matter how good you are, you're always going to learn from there. I mean, Matt and Maggie, like, hello, crazy opportunity. So you would be silly not to take take it and make the most of it.
Absolutely. And have you like stayed in touch with other bakers since the show, or have they all been like, pfft?
Oh no, I don't think anyone's stopped talking to anyone. We're just constantly on our little app together, chatting all the time, and it's just one of those things like, you know, we'll just get a random picture of a bin chicken or like a cake or like, all these things, and it's cool because even though like obviously each week someone leaves, because you've got that connection and you just feel like you've been there the whole time and you haven't missed out on anything. All the stories, and so when all of this is aired, it's like we've been there, but it's so cool to actually see it.
You need to watch it.
I like how that's your
yeah.
I still think you're a ninja in the background, just ninja in case.
That's your excuse, definitely.
Now you see it, now you don't.
I loved as well the fact that, I mean, we always talk about, every time we talk about Bake Off, we talk about the camaraderie. We also talk about just that helpfulness within. And there were a few examples the other night where there were people, something was going wrong. I was like, what do you need? How can I help you? You know, it's one of the things I love about the show is that you're all in there, and it's not really seen, I don't think so, at least by people, as a contest. It's almost like all these friends getting together and just baking. That's what do you need? How can I help?
Yeah, I think it would be easier if you disliked everyone, because then when you left, you'd be like, yes. But when someone leaves, it's like you're losing a family member. It's awful.
Yeah. Oh, I noticed. You might really tell us what happened. That Michelle was wearing a blue Band-Aid at one point. Is she okay? Did she survive the the accident? Or do you know what happened? Was that just?
I have no idea.
The random blue Band-Aid I've cut myself.
Oh, then it's some free war.
I don't know.
They're always fun when they randomly appear on Bake Off or on MasterChef. When you suddenly, I mean, on MasterChef they normally show you somebody trying to cut their own finger off. On Bake Off, you only know what happens because you suddenly see a blue Band-Aid.
Oh, I did not even pick that up.
Or last year in one case, was it Diana who nearly cut her own hand off? And ended up with like the blue glove at one point. It was like the bleeding's not stopping. Glove.
Yeah, yeah.
It wasn't Liv, which was amazing. It wasn't Liv. That was a positive.
Oh, here I was thinking I was getting the backstory, but obviously there's mush everywhere. Who knows? I was in my own
of course,
my
own little fairyland.
Focusing on baking. So what is it like when you're in there and you then see what the hell everyone else has produced, especially in the showstopper?
As soon as you finish, you're like, oh man, look how good that is. Damn it, why didn't I think of that? Far out, stupid. And you just like fight with yourself. Maybe that's just me. Like, oh shit. Oh well, it is what it is now, isn't it? You're like, oh, I'm just gonna serve this piece of shit up.
I'm just gonna do that, and what I'm gonna do after that is I'm gonna steal everybody else's cake.
Yeah, I'd much rather eat everyone else's cake than my own cake.
My only disappointment with that is that Maggie or Matt just didn't go, it's not quite my cup of tea. Like it just waiting to happen, and it didn't happen. And I'm like, oh, that's a shit.
Yeah, no, it's probably more like, please don't say that. I swear, if you say that on my life.
No, the closest Matt and Maggie got was they looked at it and went, I want the tea bag, Jess.
You did it. You hit that well. I was like, yeah.
It's like that's a nice tea bag you've got there. It's a wonderful tea bag.
What else can I pretend to say that's super, super nice? Nice tea bag.
But it seemed like for the rest of it as well. I mean, and even that one there, you very nearly rescued that one, which everyone was commenting on.
Yeah. And what you served up did look like a teacup. It wasn't like it was.
And your madeleines were good. I mean, they looked like madeleines.
Yeah.
They were the right way up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They looked plump. Which was just our favourite word from last week, was when that Maggie kept on saying they must be plump. And she was hitting the in the plump.
How can you not say plump without putting the in it?
And it was what was my favourite Maggie phrase that came out of last week was where she said that they're not quite meeting their potential. Which is a new baking euphemism I've never heard before.
That is new.
My God, it was wonderful. So we got to see in the little bio a bit about you before they really showed everyone baking. We got to see two shots. Now there's two separate questions along here. So we'll start with the first one, which is Did everyone from work just watch to see them get their own head on when you were serving them cake?
I think so. They're like, you did so great, Jess, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, thanks, that's really nice. No, they only just wanted to watch themselves on there.
They came into work the next day and there was a big blow-up photo of just them.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
Frozen it. They've printed it out. It's an etching. I was on the...
Yes. These guys are the ones that are like, just stop making us all these cakes because we're getting too fat. And then you see them all standing. They take turns in the dispatch area. They get on the scales that we weigh all the pallets and things. They stand on the scales. They're like, oh, look at you, Tony. You've got so fat over the holidays. And he's like, and then you'll go down and I'll take like food downstairs. I'm like, oh, guys, I made cake there. And the other one, Brian, will be like, put it in front of Tony. He'll eat it. I bet you he'll eat the whole thing. And then they start taking bets on who's going to eat all of it.
It's good to see you making the workplace a fun thing.
Yeah, well, and they love like pink. The girlier, the better, and they are the gossip queens. They would hands down, the boys beat the women gossip.
See, just breaking through gender stereotypes right there. Love it.
Just brings them cake, break through the gender stereotypes.
Uniting the genders.
And the second part of your bio, which they featured a hell of a lot of, was football.
Yeah.
So let's get it out of the way first of all. Position.
Well, I play in the back line. But sometimes I go for a run up the wing, but I prefer being in the back line.
Good. She's in the right half of the field at least.
Defense.
I don't get what that is.
She's in the right half of the field. She plays defense.
Literally on the right.
No, she plays defense. So she plays at the back.
Oh,
I'm a goalkeeper, remember? So I'm saying everything that's in the back half of the field is great.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. It's so much easier to play in defense because you only have to worry about stopping what's coming towards you.
You need to block some balls.
And you only have to worry about the mad person behind you who's yelling at you to do stuff.
Yeah, yelling is kind.
Unless she plays in the right part of the field. Now, I'm going to ask, do you have a favourite team?
Yes, yes, but I'll probably get in trouble for saying this, but I support Manchester United.
Right, well, that was a lovely podcast. It was wonderful. I'm going to be deleting this one. We're not going to put it to air.
Oh, my God.
She's definitely in trouble.
It's all soccer. You all put balls on the ground and kick them around.
Yeah, football is life.
Well, the second I find out that someone else plays football on this podcast, I have to find out what team.
Yeah.
So I need to know if I need to disown them or not.
Oh,
well,
she's disowned.
Are they like arch rivals with Liverpool?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Quite yes.
Okay. That's great. I'm glad that we got.
If you remember, Ben Ungerman, I think from Mastership, supported Arsenal, and I said to him I didn't really care about that because they weren't really worth worrying about.
And they've got Arse in their name.
And they've got Arse in their name, and that just makes it funny.
So we heard a rumor that perhaps you and Ben played for the same club at some point.
Yeah, that's a little bit of trivia for you. Yes, we both played for the Bulls. So
if you want to work out where the next celebrity baker / chef is coming from on a reality TV show,
Bulls
Ipswich
Football Club.
Ipswich. Keep your eyes on Ipswich.
It's keep your eyes on the starting lineups.
Look, I think I prefer the reality cooks from Ipswich than I do the politicians.
Probably a better call. Just saying. Now, is there anybody else in your team with like baking or cooking pretensions? Or are you in?
Yeah, no, I think I've been given that title. I don't think anyone's going to try and fight me for it. I've already got the girls are saying, oh, when are you coming back to football? Because we're all like, you just keep putting up all these photos of food and we want it. So I've already been asked to make
the game.
Yeah, they've got a carb load.
I've made many people sick. I think I gave them all donuts once filled with Nutella before the game. Yeah, that was like...
Opposition, Jess. You give that to the opposition.
I should really do that.
A stitch after 5 minutes. Game done. That's the way you do this. So it's been really good to see that, the baking hasn't stopped with the show. If anything, it's increased. So
it definitely has. It just confirmed for me that that's what I love doing. So Cooking and baking is what you love to do. So why give up something that you love? And, you know, I enjoy stuffing around with recipes and the only thing that pisses me off is when I stuff something up is that I'm just like, man, this is a waste of ingredients. Do you know how expensive that shit is? Like butter, man. I
could have made so much other good food with this.
I know, so I always try and turn it into something else.
That's the mentality. I try to do the same thing. I really get
I can rescue most things. I'll put it into something. Don't worry.
Kristie can tell you if I've got a recipe that I'm doing and something fails, it's not a good time.
Maybe that could be like your next TV show is like the bake rescuer. You go in, someone's having a shit bake.
Rescue bakes.
Yeah. Well, do you know the other thing that I was thinking of is eventually once they've done enough series, then maybe they could have like redemption rounds.
That would be awesome. Yes. We're also talking about the baking ashes. We've mentioned this a few times.
Ooh, yes.
We're going to try to make something happen on that by the end of this series. So
I like this. Yeah.
So we've got some ideas. We've got some contacts. We can't say too much yet, but we're really working hard on trying to make this like a reality in some way, shape, or form. So we'll keep you in touch with that one as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before we finish up, is there anything that
are you on Instagram? Are you doing a business or anything you want to plug?
I am blogging for a foodie through Instagram, Brisbane Food Theory. So check them out.
Nice.
I am on Instagram. I just post random crap. It's mainly just food, football, and gym. I'm doing an 8-week challenge at the moment. So there'll be hopefully some pretty good before and after photos.
There's also some really cool, usually sometimes I bake posts.
Oh, yep. Sometimes. Do you? Oh, good. I'm glad. Yeah, and all my foodie things are on there. So, check it out.
Is there anything, last of all, is there anything you've sort of made since you've come out that you didn't make at the time, but you got the idea while you're on Bake Off and gone, that's a good idea, and tried it when you got home?
Cinnamon scrolls. And I think I've just made them a million times. Oh, what else? The teapot cake that would have, could have been.
Yep.
That is on my Instagram.
Go check it out, people. I've seen it. It looks amazing.
Yeah, check that out. So that I'm sure I have redeemed myself with that one.
That would have been awesome if we had like the Joe Brands, an extra slice. It would have been,
they would have given you a chance to come on and bake it again.
How good would that have been? Oh my gosh. So what else? Oh, I don't know. I can't even think right now. There's a ton of food on there. There's heaps.
Yep. If you think of anything else, we'll put it out on our accounts and everyone can go and see it because it is really genuinely worth seeing. Some of
actually, you should definitely stay tuned because my dad turns 60 on Australia Day. So I am in the middle of making an epic cake. Can't wait for you guys to check it out. It will be great.
So there you go. There's something to definitely keep an eye out for.
Yes.
The forward sizzle. I like the forward sizzle. It's been absolutely fantastic to get to talk to you, Jess.
Thanks for having me.
Hopefully we get to talk to you again before too long, and this isn't the last opportunity to get to have a bit of a chat.
Hope so too.
So anyway, for this episode, I'm still Chris.
I'm still Kristie.
That's been Jess.
Thank you.
And we'll catch you all later.
Ciao.